I'm once again, like all Canadian leaders, forced to address yet another attack by President Trump against our economy. Here he goes again, attacking his closest neighbor and America's best friend, with new tariffs that will drive up the cost of living for American consumers and drive down American wages, while damaging a historic friendship, the best trading relationship in the world. My message to President Trump is knock it off. Stop attacking America's friends. Start trading so that we can once again become richer, stronger, and more secure on both sides of the border. That is how we will have the money for stronger military and stronger borders to secure our continent against real threats and real enemies. We will never be the 51st state, but we can once again be friends with the United States if the president reverses course on these disastrous tariff threats. But I have a further message for President Trump. If you decide to go down this road, this is what's going to happen. Yes, you'll do damage to us in the short term, but we will fight back and we will build back. Within 4 years of a new, strong, conservative government, Canada will be completely rebuilt. We will rebuild our economy. We will not be reliant on the U.S. anymore, and the Americans will have lost the greatest trading partner and friend they ever had. A conservative government will build pipelines and LNG plants, aggressively promote mines and other resource infrastructure that has been blocked for the last 10 years. We'll have new overseas trading partners. We will knock down interprovincial barriers so that we can trade with ourselves. We will send our goods to our friends on other sides of the oceans of the world. We will cut taxes and speed up permits so that we can sell our oil, gas, mining, lumber, agriculture, fisheries, manufacturing, small businesses and large businesses alike. The world needs our resources and our expertise. If you, Mr. Trump, don't want them, the rest of the world does. Under a new conservative government, we will put Canada first for a change. We will be a nation that is strong, self-reliant, standing on its own 2 feet so that we can stand up for ourselves and stand up to the Americans. America, Mr. Trump, will be isolated and alone, which brings me to the reason why I am here today. It's great to be back here in beautiful British Columbia. I'd like to thank, as I said, Apollo Sheet Metal for having built this incredible business and hosting me here today. We want to bring home the Canadian promise that allowed Angelo's family to build this incredible business from scratch. Canada needs more of this, and we will have more of it. We need a Canada First plan to bring home our investment. And that's why the choice in this election is so important. After the lost Liberal decade of costs and crime up and our economy down under America's thumb, the question is, can we afford a fourth Liberal mandate in power? Or is it time for a new Conservative government that will put Canada first for a change by axing taxes, greenlighting resource projects, bringing home our investment and jobs so that we're strong enough to stand up for ourselves against the American threats and in favor of ourselves. But unfortunately, we've been weakened as the tax system now rewards corporate insiders that move their money out of Canada to avoid paying Canadian tax, at the same time as it punishes patriotic Canadians who invest in our country. You can probably guess who I'm talking about here. This week we learned that while hardworking Canadians were paying more Liberal taxes, Mark Carney moved his corporate assets to Bermuda, a tax haven, to avoid paying his fair share. At the very time he was advising Justin Trudeau in favor of higher taxes here, he was busy shielding Brookfield assets in Bermuda, dodging the same high taxes Liberals make Canadians pay. Carney claims that it's just because he knows how the world works. Well, what he knows is how to work the world's system against our people here in Canada. To Carney, taxes are something that the little people have to worry about, while globalist elites like him can always escape the bill. He says he has his income in a certain blind trust, but it's not blind to him. He knows exactly what's in it. It's just blind to everyone else. After he cheated the tax system to avoid paying his fair share, he now wants Canadians to blindly trust him. Yesterday, the media asked me if I would act, put my words where and actions in the same direction, and release all of my investments. And I'm happy to report that I've done that. Every journalist who's asked has gotten the list of all the things I invest in. And as I said, I invest in Canada. I invest in Canadian companies, Canadian stocks. I brought my investments home after President Trump began threatening our country. And we need to see if Prime Minister Carney is willing to do the same thing. He needs to come clean about his offshore dealings. And we need a government that will stand up for Canadian taxpayers, Canadian workers, and the Canadian economy. It's time to put Canada first for a change. Instead of rewarding elites who take jobs abroad, we need to reward patriotic Canadians who bring their investment home. And that's why I'm rolling out today a part of my big Bring It Home tax cut. As Prime Minister, I will bring home the Canada First TFSA top-up. Here's how it works. You know, the previous Conservative government created the tax-free savings accounts that allow you to put aside up to $7,000 every single year. And then your growth is all tax-free. That won't change. What will change is that under my government, you will be allowed to contribute another $5,000 every single year, as long as that money is invested in Canadian companies. So this will bring billions of dollars of investment into Canadian companies who will then spend it on factories, equipment, tools, wages, and making our economy self-reliant and strong. Our economy has been starved of investment. In fact, Canadian workers get only 55 cents of investment for every dollar an American worker gets. The investment per worker in America is 28,000 American dollars. In Canada, it's about 15,000 American dollars. So the American worker has been getting more tools and more technology, and that's why our wages have been falling behind. We need to encourage investment in this country by changing the rules to make them fair, and not for the wealthy, not for the elites, but for the retail working class investors. This will bring money rushing back into Canadian businesses who will hire more people and pay more taxes in Canada. This is, we have, for example, Sean, who's behind me somewhere. I don't know where Sean went. Sean was here, or there's Sean. Sean was telling me he's in real estate, and he'd love to be able to set aside more money. Perhaps, I don't know his exact situation, but perhaps he sells a rental property and wants to put the proceeds aside, and he wants to make sure that those investments go into Canada. This would give him the ability to put that in a Canada First tax-free savings account that would boost investment in Canada while boosting the retirement that he has so richly earned. He told me that this would allow him to save for retirement more easily, while at the same time allowing us to put Canada first with his investment decisions. Mr. Carney sends jobs south, I'll bring them home. And unlike the Carney Liberals, we will put Canada first. After a lost Liberal decade, with costs and crime up and our economy down under the American thumb, Canada cannot afford a fourth Liberal term. Under a weak and out-of-touch leader like Mark Carney, we need a strong new Conservative government that will put Canada first for a change, boost Canadian investment, unleash Canadian resources, create Canadian jobs, and make us self-reliant and sovereign. As Prime Minister, most of all, I will restore the great Canadian promise that anyone from anywhere can achieve anything, where hard work gets you a great life on a safe street, protected by brave troops under a proud flag. Canada first. Let's bring it home. Thank you very much.